Hey you guys, so today's video is going to be all about the foundations that I own. This is my entire foundation collection, so we are going to get jumping right into it. The very first foundation that I have in my collection is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Makeup Foundation. This is a super full coverage foundation. I have two shades. Both are really dark for me at this current moment, but if you want something that is going to be very full coverage, really going to keep on all day, I would definitely recommend this. They have a great shade selection. So the next foundation I have is the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. This one here is a bit of a newer foundation for myself, and personally I just don't like the way you apply it, especially as somebody that's acne prone like myself. I feel like it's just a bit unsanitary, and the shade selection is very limited, but it's one of those foundations where it could be good. I just haven't played around with it enough to figure out exactly how to use it. The next foundation I have in my collection is the All Hours Foundation by YSL. I did a full-on swatch and review of this. Well, not swatch, but I reviewed it on my channel and did first impressions, and I will link it down below if you guys want to check it out. Again, just not one of my favorite foundations. It is way too pink tone for me, and it did not hold up as long as I wanted it to. On a happier note, my favorite foundation, one of them I should say, is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. I'm in shade 310 and 322. This here is more of a medium coverage in my opinion as a foundation goes, but it is a perfect everyday foundation. Then we have the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. This one is a newer foundation that I've tried as well. I have already fell in love with it. I think it's a really good product. It's a very full coverage, so you really only need a little bit. Then we have the Hourglass Immaculate Foundation. This one here is in Sand. I was not a fan of this at all. It broke up on me a lot, and the shade selection is limited, and as you guys can see, it was really a pink tone, so I really rarely ever use it. Then we have the NYX Total Control Foundation. I'll be honest with you guys, I've only used this like a handful of times, and every time I used it, it just did not sit well on my skin. It really clung to my dry patches, and I just was very unhappy with it. The next foundation I have is the Pure Bare It All. Again, I did a full-on review and first impression of this. I really like it, but it's more of a medium coverage, and I really only use it during the summertime because that is when I can use it because it's so dark. The next foundation I have is one of my favorites. Again, this is the Covergirl 3-in-1 Foundation. I have raved about this foundation ever since I started YouTube. It is an amazing foundation. If you guys need a full coverage foundation on a budget, definitely check this one out. The next one I have is the Peach Perfect by Too Faced. This one here I really love, and I think when you use it in conjunction with the rest of the line, it works amazing. This is a super matte formula, but not only that, I feel like it worked really well on my skin, and it kept me matte for a very long time. I definitely would recommend this. I wish that they had more shades to their collection though. Then I have the Fenty Beauty Foundation. I've talked about this numerous times. I'm not the biggest fan of this foundation. The only reason why I still use it is because I spent the money on it and I think it's a little bit expensive, but they have a great shade selection, and again, it is a full coverage foundation. The next one I have is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder. This one is very reminiscent of the L'Oreal Infallible formula. So if you guys like the L'Oreal Infallible and you see this, I definitely would check this out. It is more of your lightweight foundation, but great everyday foundation if that's what you're looking for. Then I have one of my holy grail foundations. I always have this on stock no matter what. This is the Makeup Forever Foundation Ultra HD. I always recommend this to everybody. If you guys are looking for a great foundation to start out, I always highly recommend starting out with this one. It's by far my favorite. Definitely a medium to full coverage, but I feel like it sticks more along the side of medium coverage than anything else. Then we have the Huda Beauty Foundation. This one has a great selection of foundations, and this is definitely a full coverage foundation. You want to cover everything from imperfections to pigmentation. This is definitely going to be your girl. Check this one out if you guys like it. I like it. I just wish the shade matched me a little bit better, but for anything that you're trying to cover up, that is what you want to go to. This here is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I honestly haven't used this since I have the L'Oreal Infallible. I feel like they're very similar in formula, you guys, so you can get either or, but I mean, I just don't use it, which is why I'm leading to this one, which is the L'Oreal Infallible, another holy grail foundation of mine. This one will change your foundation game if you guys do not like your matte foundations. If it's too matte for you, I always keep this thing on hand because it really changes my matte foundations almost to like a satin finish. It's like amazing with other matte foundations. I always have to have this formula on hand. I do not wear it alone because it's very lightweight, as you can see, but if you are somebody that likes lightweight foundations or are dry skin, I know a lot of people love this foundation, but for myself, personally, I love this as a mixture. Then we have the Hourglass Foundation Vanish Sticks. These here are amazing. They are a little bit drier as a formula, but again, I use it with the L'Oreal Infallible together, and I get the perfect consistency, but I definitely would recommend these. I really, really like them. I think they've got really good potential. They just, as you can see, they're a little dry. Then we have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation. This one here I really do like. I've been using it here recently because it is my exact foundation shade. It's again a medium to full coverage, but I like to wear mine around a medium coverage. The next one we have is a newer foundation. This is the Collab. I did a review on it as well. I really love this foundation, you guys. This is, like I said, a new foundation of mine, but it is getting up there with some of my favorite foundations. Again, a full coverage foundation, but I feel like it's very lightweight on the skin. And one other foundation that's just matching me right now. I can't say enough good things about it. Definitely check it out. That one is a Sally Beauty exclusive though. The next one I have is my all-time favorite foundation of all time. This here is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I am always going to be in love with this, which is why I have a brand new bottle ready to go for summer, you guys. I really only wear this in the summer because that is when I need it the most, but this is your foolproof 24-hour wear. It is not going anywhere, I promise you that. And then we have the Sephora Foundation. You guys, honestly, I think this one really tops the charts. It's one of those foundations where if you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want to get a really good foundation, this is definitely one to check out. It's very comparable to a lot of the other foundations that I've already talked about. I had to get it because so many people were raving about it, and I see why. As you guys can see, it's a little dark, so obviously I'm not wearing it, but definitely a good foundation to check out if you haven't. And then the last one I have here is the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. This one here is one that is very, very lightweight, you guys, but I did a review and a first impression, and I was really impressed by how well I liked it. It's just a really good everyday errand running foundation. So that there is all of my foundations. Let me know if any of them are your favorites, or if there are some that you think I should check out and something maybe I didn't talk about that you guys want me to check out. Let me know in the comments below. I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe before you guys head out, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.